YouTube, and this is my review of Over the Garden Wall. Now, I just want to say why this thing wasn't out yesterday when I promised in a video the day before that would. I mean, like 2 days ago on Saturday. The reason for that is because my mom was going on a trip out of town, and she brought the laptop. I shoot my videos on the laptop, so you can see that was a problem. And so with that, I don't want to waste any time because I really want to talk about this show. So this is Over the Garden Wall. The story. Now, I don't want to go into complete detail on this because there are 10 episodes. So I'll just talk about the sort of story arc that's going on within the show. Except for in episode 3, which I still find pointless, but I really don't like episode 3. At least episode 8 contributed something. That's what made that one okay. But, so pretty much here is the story. It's pretty much just two boys, one named Wart. Yeah, I don't know. His name is Wart, I guess. I don't know why they named him that. I mean, it would make a little bit more sense if he was from the past, but he's not, so it's kind of a random choice. Then there's Greg, his little brother, who is the very optimistic one. I mean, seriously, has this kid ever lived? He's way too optimistic. He even sees like this killer wolf in episode 1. I'm like, oh good god, just kill it. And then he's just like, oh hey, you have beautiful eyes. I'm like, what? and then they get accompanied with a bird named Beatrice, who is pretty much just a really, really funny character. Her and Ward have some great back and forth. I will talk about them in the characters section. But right now, I just want to say that this story, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and they also encounter tons of mythical and magical creatures along the way, including a mysterious figure called the Beast. Yeah, this guy is creepy, yet enjoys every minute of it. Just like this guy, he enjoys every minute of it. Okay, I'm sorry, it feels like I'm doing the characters right now. Okay, but, so pretty much this story, oh my gosh. Why couldn't this have been a full series? Or at least like a season 1? Like one season. That's all I ask. But now I really don't want because it came to a perfect close. And so pretty much, I really love how well this worked. Like this story, every single episode may contribute. Even episode 3 made a small contribute by sort of just developing the characters, which, oh my gosh, that episode was hilarious. I know it was awful and contributed nothing, but it was hilarious with Warren Beatrice. But so pretty much, I'm not gonna talk about every single episode because there are 10, and I don't really want to take up all the time. So I just really want to say these are great. This is a great story. Like, this story just works so well. Every single episode contributed something to it. And I think that's what really made the show work, is that they never got too off track. Like, they would get off track at some point. With episode 3, again, I know, I'm sorry, I really hate that one. And episode 8, they would sort of get off track, but then they would get right back on the track. I was just like, oh, thank you. Oh, thank goodness. Those episodes never happened, right? The middle of episode 8 never happened, and episode 3 never happened. Okay, let's just move on with the story. But pretty much I just love this, and I love how well everything worked. Everything fit into place. So, all in all, I will have to give this a 8 out, an 8 out of 10. I just really love how well the story worked. everything in it had its own place, and I just love that. So now we move on to the characters, which I was sort of talk about during this part of the review. Okay, so this is pretty much the part of my review that I was talking about in the story a lot for some odd reason. This is the characters. Now, oh my god, these characters are so strong. I didn't want them to go away, though I knew they had to at one point. I just really love them, and Elijah Wood, you did a great job. I don't care that much for the Hobbit movies at all, actually. Don't hate me, YouTube, don't hate me. But, I really think that he did good. I mean, he did really good here. His voice fit perfectly with this character. I mean, who would have thought? And so pretty much, the characters are, I'm going to talk about my favorite one first, Wart, if you didn't get that from my opening. This character is pretty much the equivalent of Dipper. And that's what makes him work. I love the character Dipper. He was awesome. He's still awesome. Even though he has a longer running series. But Wart is pretty much him without the journal. And just sort of with an annoying little brother, which is kind of like Mabel. The show kind of rips off Gravity Falls. Okay, anyway, but, Wart is pretty much that character that is just there to try to keep them on track. He is focused, he is determined to get back until episode 7's ending, and he is just so much fun along the way. Like, this was my favorite character in the show. I mean, how can you not love this guy? He beat up a beast. Okay, so, pretty much, now I'm gonna go and start talking about Beatrice, who I did talk a little bit about in my story. And so, Beatrice is the smart-mouthing, quick, witty character of the show. Sort of like Uncle Stan. Wow, I gotta stop comparing this to Gravity Falls. They have so many comparisons. But pretty much she is just, oh my gosh, their Wart and her back and forth are just hilarious. This is just comedy gold. Like, there's even one point where she's just like, okay, I admit, Wart, you seem like a pushover, but you're not. And then he's like, oh? She's like, yeah, deep down in your heart, you're a stubborn jerk. Why are you gonna give this up? Maybe I'll never give this up. I thought that was hilarious. That line alone is one of the best parts to come out of episode 3. And, oh my gosh, if that whole entire episode 3 was like that, then I would have enjoyed it more. I'm sorry, I'm dwelling on episode 3. It was just so terrible to me. It was just such a time waster. But, oh my gosh, what can't be said about Beatrice? She's a bluebird who was a human at one point, who is kind of a traitor, but also isn't, because then she'll trade on the person that she was trading against. If you've seen the show, then you'll understand this. Then you'll be like, oh, yeah, you're referring to episode 6. Okay, but now I'm gonna go on to the Beast, because I'm going in my order of my favorite characters. And just so you know, I'm not going to talk about every single character. I'm just going to talk about the main ones. So, the Beast. Oh my gosh. This is the past version of Bill Cipher. I know, I'm referring to the show still, but oh my god, he is. He is a supernatural creature on the show. Oh my god, I gotta stop comparing this to Gravity Falls. But he's pretty much the supernatural, mysterious creature in the woods, who for some odd reason sings opera. Like music. I don't know that much about music. But pretty much this guy, oh my god, He's so calm while doing this. Every single moment he's on screen, he is sucking it up. Whoever did that voice, kudos. I mean, you did great. You made a very intimidating yet also fun and endearing character. And even though you're supposed to hate him, oh my god, I can't. And also, did you hear his voice when they blew out the lantern? That was like Monstro. I mean, Jesus. What the heck? What? Was that his voice this whole time? And so they could have exploited that. Although luckily they didn't. They waited, so. And now I'm going to talk about, this is mainly going to be talking about, like, foreshadowed characters, too, so yes, Adelaide will be mentioned, because she played such a big part in it, but right now I'm going to talk about the Woodsman. So it's pretty much just a tragic story. I mean, oh my god. I almost found myself crying. When I learned his backstory, I'm like, yay, kid show. What the heck happened to your daughter again? Wait, rewind. What? But pretty much. So, okay, I don't want to try to give out any spoilers, but that'll be really hard, because this character, you gotta go deep into him to know that he was a developed character. So, pretty much, he is he's sort of a villain, but he's more like an anti-hero, I guess. Like, he does seem like a villain, but he also helps out the boys, which makes him good and bad at the same time. But the reason why he's being evil and working with the Beast is because his daughter. He wants to save his daughter. Which is, oh my gosh. If you know her backstory, then it is just sad. You will see why I'm saying that this is this is so sad. So after him there is Gregory, who, oh my god, again, this kid has never lived. Jesus, kid! You're too optimistic! Even in death, he's optimistic. Like, there's a moment where he is tangled up in vines and is about ready to die, and then... Oh, can you give this lady back a rock? What the heck? It's a freaking rock! I don't think that that's the biggest emergency going on in your life right now, kid. But anyway, he's sort of like the optimistic character that's trying to explore this mysterious world that they're in. But to me, he's just a cute little kid on it, and I don't like the cute little kids. I don't know why they always had to be used. I don't even like Goslin from Darkwing Duck. Yeah, go ahead, YouTube, hate me. But, I don't even like her. So, why do they always use cute little kids? I just never got that. Like, what's with the cute little kids all of a sudden? They don't help. But pretty much that's the characters. So on the characters, oh wait, yeah, and then there's also Adelaide, who, as the Nostalgia Critic said, get ready for letdown. That's what he said in his Langoliers review. Get ready for letdown. Because she's just a big letdown. She's hardly in the episode. It makes you wonder why they foreshadowed her so much. So, all in all, what do I think about the characters? I give them a 7 out of 10. They're good, they're developed, they're strong, yet also annoying at times. And so I'm going to have to continue this review in a part 2, because they're getting kind of lengthy on this, so yeah. Part 2 I'll talk about the animation and the songs.